And there you have it. Your client is a murderer and the current dawn of the Ravalis family.
Why the deception? You should have just told me.
If you'd known who Yossarian was right off the bat, you wouldn't have helped him. So I lied to you, and convinced him that not telling you his real name would help him in the long run. I believed I would win the case quickly, but I kept you as a contingency plan. Menderes' usual mob lawyers refused his defense. He requested anyone, and anyone just happened to be right there. Now that you know the truth, you're in too deep to back out.
I'm defending that monster because of you. What the hell, Williamson? What the hell?
I will explain. I did say that I would. I'm sure you have many questions. You need only ask.
This must be why you have a grudge against defense attorneys. Kristoff destroyed your case, and well, you thought I did too in my own way.
That's correct. MN6 was my final case until Mr. Parker's trial. Being out of the courts for so long, it wasn't good to me. Apart from you, Mr. Gavin was the only attorney I spoke to in 5 years. It left a sour feeling.
I can imagine. I'm not a huge fan myself. Kristoff was rotten, but you can't blame an entire profession on one person.
Obsession changes people. I was a fool, perhaps. I won't deny I've made mistakes. Surprisingly, you've given me hope. It's strange to say, you, who I hated all this time, and your integrity in protecting Ms. Iris changed it all. It was a hard decision, and a horrible thing for me to make you do.
Yes, it was. I understand it had to be done, but you manipulated me. You lied to me and tricked me, just like you've been doing now. You have the audacity to claim a moral high ground? Did you ever stop to think about what you might do to me? Or her? Williamson. Pearl wanted it. She would have been heartbroken if I made Iris take her place. I couldn't do it.
You did the right thing.
I know. What happened to Mr. Kashari?
He is currently serving a life sentence. The appeals were able to rescue him from a capital conviction, but the man's life is ruined.
There isn't anything that can be done for him?
If there was, I'm sure Mr. Jameson would have tried it. The only way would be to prove that he wasn't guilty of first-degree murder.
It might be too much to ask for Menderes to just confess.
Ha! If only it were that easy. He has no reason to confess. He already won. Mr. Jameson thought he had everything figured out. He spoke to me in the lobby during Sister Iris's trial. None of what he said made any sense. A lot of it was just babbling. He was certain Ms. Pearl's fake kidnapping would somehow clear Mr. Kashari. He wanted to act immediately. I cautioned him to wait, but he'd stopped listening to me a long time ago. That was the last time I saw him. 2 days later, we found him dead. He confronted that madman and got killed for it.
Why didn't you go with him? You two have both been trying to solve MN6.
I should have been there. But now it's just me and Menderes. I'll see the man go down in flames tomorrow if it's the last thing I do.
It's not just you two. I know people who have been just as hurt by him.
So you're with me?
I'm with whichever side fights for the truth. I'm going to make sure we expose the secret that Jimmy died for.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I knew I could trust your judgment. Thank you, Wright.
What has Menderes been doing since then?
Laying low, mostly. At least, until recently. He dropped out of the spotlight after the case. My sources tell me his uncle was placated, but still far from happy. Menderes had gone behind his back and risked gaining more. He was a liability.
Whatever became of that?
The gang war? Well, several prominent members of the Cadaverini leadership were killed shortly after. With that, they fell apart. Their soldiers went either to Ravalis or the Katakis.
Did Ravalis do it?
I never found out. But Menderes's relationship with him got even worse after that. He was effectively fired from the gang, if you can be fired from organized crime. He was quiet for some time. Then one day, we discovered another Ravalis capo slashed from shoulders to groin. It was a sword.
A sword? Oh.
Yes, Sir Galante. Of course, we didn't know anything about him at the time. But the bodies started to pile up over the years. Same MO. All Ravalis leadership. But not Menderes. Never Menderes. You can see where I'm heading with this.
You thought it was Menderes, so you took the case.
That man is the only reason I did. I jumped at the opportunity. It was finally a chance to get close to the family. I was the one who recommended the police force collaborate with them. Judge not Wright. I wasn't the one making the final decision. It was all to catch a serial murderer.
And it wasn't Menderes, or even Mr. Parker.
No, that was a royal embarrassment. But we did catch Sir Galante, the biggest red herring of my entire career.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Virgil Black is dead, most likely killed by the family. Maybe Menderes himself. He did lead somewhere, just not how you expected he would.
Maybe. We'll see if he is the final key to everything.
Okay, one last question. Why the deception? You've been leading me around like a dog. I'm defending maybe the most dangerous man I've ever met. And for what? You have some kind of vendetta against Menderes. Why trick me into defending him?
Because I don't want you to defend him.
You want me to throw the case?
You hate Menderes. I hate Menderes. Finnegan Hood and his daughter are wild cards. They might ruin everything. I've worked too hard for this. If it comes to it, Menderes must not walk free.
So I should step down.
No! If there's no defense, he might call for a retrial. If that happens, he'll receive a court-approved attorney, and who knows what might happen. I know you would do anything to see justice, no matter the cost. You proved that to me with Miss Pearl. Menderes is more guilty than she. You can surely see that. I don't want to see him escape solely based on some technicality. We need to have it so that we know it reaches the right outcome. The just outcome.
And the just outcome is you and me controlling what the jury do and don't see.
There are many unsolved questions. You simply will not have any answers for them.
But what if I do have the answers?
Do you want Menderes put away or don't you? The man killed 3 men by his own hand. He tried to assassinate Miss Fay. Mr. Jameson was butchered, right? Butchered! That beast took a shovel and bashed in his skull until we couldn't recognize him. Mr. Jameson, who only ever wanted to help a little child and a falsely accused man. I cannot let his killer go free!
You're doing just what I did. I decided to defend him because I was overly emotional and thought I could fix things. Menderes is evil. I have no arguments there. When you first told me the family was involved, I thought of what he almost did to Maya. My only thought was wanting to see him burn. But I don't think that's what Jimmy died for. Abusing our roles? Hiding facts from the jury? This isn't right. And it isn't like you either. You're a good man, despite the gruff exterior. You know there's something wrong with this. Deep down, you realize it, don't you? Don't you?
You're right. Mr. Jameson died to find the truth. He was more committed than I ever will be. If I do this, I might as well spit on his grave.
You were angry over the death of a good friend. It's understandable.
Understandable? But that doesn't make it all right. I'm ashamed you had to see me this way. Forget we ever had this conversation. Just forget everything about it. Please, leave so I can gather my thoughts. The case is far from over. I want to make sure that it reaches the proper end. That through just means. What was I thinking?
Yes?
Hello, sir. Am I speaking to Phoenix Wright?
Speaking.
Where are you now, sir?
I'm at the prosecutor's office. Just leaving.
Well, sir, I'm hoping you can get here as quickly as possible. Something's wrong.
Wrong? And you need me?
Yes, sir. It's about your daughter.
Well, I obviously left off at a terrible place last time. Meanwhile.
Did you finish checking the prints on the outside door?
Man, we've done that twice already. Gladys didn't come through that door, okay? That creepy hood must have just been making stuff up on the fly.
Gladys Porters are the only ones you've been looking for?
Well, she's the one that got accused, right? Just take it that she was innocent.
I knew that much. If Wright is correct, somebody else may have entered here. I won't let him beat me with something as unmissable as strange handprints on the cellar door. You didn't find any from anybody else?
You mean nobody who shouldn't have been there? No, that door's not suspicious at all.
Neither of the hoods opened it either.
Well, if they did a darn good job of wiping off the prints and only theirs. There's just stuff from Mendez and then the police force. And Wright and the girl. You know, anybody who came through it during the investigation.
The girl. The girl. Mark Waters, where is Trucy Wright?
I don't know. Hey, don't look at me! You were having me examine the stupid door.
You let her just disappear? Phoenix Wright will kill me if anything happens to her.
Hey, the kid knows magic. She probably cast a vanishing spell or something.
She's a magician, not a witch. Find her. This instant. Let's see. There's so much to look at. Mr. Galante, Mr. Webb, MN6, the shooting at Corain, and these new ones. Where to start? Where to start? I think Daddy's told me enough to begin with. And as soon as I've skimmed these reports he wrote, I might be ready. Trucy Wright. Ace amateur crime investigator. It has a nice ring to it. Oh no. Who is that? Is that them? Did they follow me here? Stay calm. It might be okay. Think. What would Daddy do? He'd break down that door. Well, I'm not doing that. Just keep calm, stay quiet, and maybe they'll go away. Ah!
Trucy?
Maya? I heard you scream. Are you okay? It's okay. I just thought you were somebody else. You came back. You don't know how happy I am to see you. I just thought I should check up here. I thought maybe well, it's okay, Maya. You don't need to make excuses with me. I got your message. I hope coming back wasn't a bad idea. Oh, don't worry. It's just murderous thugs making incredible death threats to us. No big. So, what have I missed? Well, you see, Daddy took a big case because he felt bad about having failed to protect Pearl. At first we thought maybe Shelly the killer had killed 2 people, you know, as he does. Daddy found out... We're probably all going to die. I never should have left, shouldn't I? I knew Nick would feel guilty about what happened to her. I just didn't know how to talk about it. What was I supposed to say? Pearl is in jail. Jail! I know Nick didn't want it any more than I did, but I can say everything's fine, but that doesn't make it hurt any less. Would you rather he let her go? I don't know. Maybe. Is there really a simple answer? I tried so hard to wrap my mind around it, but I just can't. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stay here. But you came back. I did. You said the Ravalis family is threatening you? Daddy, Mr. Williamson, maybe you and me. They're still saying they'll kill you? Why won't they stop? This is my fault. Huh? Oh, the bracelet. I forgot to give that back, didn't I? It's reacting to Maya? If she knows anything, I should find out. Maya, is there anything you want to tell me? No, not really. Don't worry about me. Are you sure? Okay, that's a no. Maya doesn't want to hide anything, but she might if she feels guilty about it. She'll tell me, but it might take a bit of prodding. So much crazy stuff is going on. You wouldn't believe it. Part of me isn't surprised at all. Say, Trucy, shouldn't you be investigating with Nick? Well, about that. We had to split up if we were going to get anything done. Makes sense. I hope you told him that. Oh, he knows what I'm doing. He says that all his recent cases have something to do with each other. And I know I've heard some of the names that Mr. Williamson told us about in M6. There was a Mr. Parker he talked about. Didn't you defend him? We did. But what would Mr. Parker know about anything? He's a really good person. I know if you went to him, he'd help you. But isn't he in jail? Don't worry. That won't be a problem if we just call the chief prosecutor. The chief? Oh, that is a really good idea. I can make a call to him and he'll give you permission for anything. In fact, I'll see if he can let you meet anybody who might be connected to MN6. I can make him see things our way. Sounds good. Thanks, Maya. You go do your thing, Trucy. I'll find some way to help. We'll finish this together. Watering eyes. Ah, and it stops. I can't. Wait. Alright. Ah, come on. I want this register. On the eyeball, maybe? Maybe equidistant between the eyes. Alright, when she says, it's my fault. Dang it. Ah, whatever. Can't get it to work.
Hello. The guards told me I had a visitor.
That was me. You're Mr. Parker, aren't you?
I am. I don't think we've met.
We haven't, but I know you've met my father. He's Phoenix Wright.
Mr. Wright? Of course I know him. He helped me out of a heap. I'd do anything for that man. I'm so glad he hasn't forgotten about me. What can I do for you?
You see, we're trying to find out about MN6. He knows you were around for it.
Huh? I shouldn't. It's not my fault, I swear. Please don't make me say it. I'm really sorry if I haven't done a thing. I can't tell you anything. I don't know.
He thinks you protest too much. He looks like he's about ready to flip. I think just a bit of pushing ought to do it. Mr. Parker,
I didn't. Please don't hate me.
Wow. I barely even looked at him. I'm sure I can get him to talk with just a nudge in the right direction.
Well, there's the eye twitch right there.
Gotcha! Whoa!
Gotcha?
Sorry.
What was that all about? Are you okay?
You just made me think about what I was doing. Your dad might have risked his neck to save me. I know I'm gonna hide stuff from him. Look, I really can't tell you a lot, and I know the people up top will get mad.
I don't want to get you into any trouble.
No, I've already put that life behind me. If I can tell you anything that might help, I will. What do you need to know about MN6?
Well, for starters, anything there is.
It's been a long time. I haven't talked about it much. But I'll say whatever I can. For you and Mr. Wright.
Mr. Williamson told us that you took a little girl from the diner that day. Do you remember that?
Oh, of course I remember her. She was about the most pitiful thing I'd ever seen. They never told me her name, but she said she had to go, no matter what. And her grandma said the same thing. I don't know why. I wanted to help. I didn't know anything about her, but it was just so downright depressing. I just met her and wanted to do whatever I could to help. I guess at the time, all I could do was to follow my orders and transport her out.
You didn't know who she was?
No. I think Mr. Mendez and Luciano might have. I mean, I'm no dummy. I did have my suspicions who it might have been, but I never asked. I never asked. She never told me. And they never told me.
Did she look like this?
Like that? Yeah, I'd say so.
Are you sure?
Definitely. I'm definitely sure.
Why do you think they wanted to keep her a secret? Would it have been bad for them if she came back?
Might be. Do you mean that murder case? I know Luciano got killed. Is it about that?
Could be. Do you know anything about him?
Oh, it was a relief to me when that guy died. Is it horrible to say that? That man scared the pants off me.
Because he was an assassin?
Well, no. I used to be in the Mafia. I knew plenty of assassins. But Mr. Luciano was like some machine. He'd carry out his orders without question, no matter what. Never any hint of remorse. Unless he thought you'd crossed him.
Then he'd kill you?
If only. He'd go so much farther than that. He would ruin you. Destroy everything you'd ever worked for. It was psychological torture is what it was. By the end, the other person would be begging him to just kill them and get it over with.
Ick! I can see why you wanted to get out.
They weren't all like him, but I never felt right with the group. Virgil knew that better than anyone else.
Which is why he tried to help me, I guess. They haven't given me a chance to see him yet. Do you have any news of him?
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
Mr. Black. They...
Oh. They got to him?
Yes.
I can't say I'm surprised. At all.
Oh, can't present anything. Mr. Black was your friend, wasn't he? I remember him calling our office. He really wanted to help you. You were lucky to have somebody looking out for you.
I wish I could thank him for it. I never realized Virgil would be the kind of guy to do all that.
He wanted to protect his good friend. It was very selfless, even though... Well, I know killing people isn't the greatest thing you can do, but I mean... Where was I going with this?
No, that's not really what I meant. He had the drive for it. He cared a lot about the people around him. And he always got so upset when I told him about my problems with Mr. Ravalis. Of being a superhero. Don't you have to be, I don't know, smart?
Smart? Well, yeah, you would have to plan everything.
I don't want to say he was stupid, but he wasn't a genius, that's for sure. He was my friend, so I think I'd know better than anybody. And that armor, where on earth would you get a fancy thing like that? The money I was lending him wouldn't buy half of that.
You don't think he was really Sir Galante?
What? No, of course he was. He admitted everything and had the armor and the sword. There's no way. It had to be him. It just seems strange to me. I can't put my finger on it.
What if Sir Galante wasn't a lone wolf? What if somebody was financing him? Ah, I'm supposed to be answering questions, not making more.
Well, I don't think I can tell you any more. It was horrible to hear it, but thank you for telling me about Virgil. He was a better friend than I deserved.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. Parker. If you need anything, give us a call. We'll help you out again. I'll make a note of what he's told me.
Ah, why hello there, young lady. I was told someone might be stopping by. Now, what was your name again?
Trucy Wright. I think you can help me.
Help with what, precisely? I'm unfortunately overloaded with casework right now.
I think you might have some clues that could help solve a murder.
Say, aren't you a bit young to be investigating murders?
Yes, I am.
Oh, well then.
My daddy is working on the case and didn't have time to come himself.
Your daddy? Ah, yes, I know him. He was,
Carlo Luciano.
Carlo Luciano? But that's not right.
No, I'm not his daughter. I want to hear everything that you know about him, and I think it might be a lot.
Ah, well, whatever gave you that idea?
You can't remember the name of somebody you saw in court just today, but you remembered the one of a murdered man from years ago?
Ah, I'm in 6. Is that what you're here for? What is it you want to know? I suppose I could scrounge out something. Yes, he was subject number 9210. We have files on him somewhere.
Thank you. You're a big help.
I'm sure the official files will be in the records somewhere. But I may not be able to help much. He was an interesting one, but I don't recall all of the details as I wasn't involved.
Another secret. I'd better find out what it is.
Alright, that's probably gonna be at the I wasn't involved.
Ish, these glasses. I don't see any moving. Ah!
Gotcha!
Doctor, when you say you had nothing to do with it, you start moving your glasses.
Huh, did I? It must be a tic of mine.
Exactly. It almost looks like you're trying to remember something. I think there is maybe something you know about MN6.
Good golly, child. Didn't I just say I don't? Fine then. If I know anything, what would it be about?
Take that!
Well, does this do anything for you?
No, it doesn't strike any bells.
Are you sure?
No, I'm afraid not.
I guess not. Drat, I guess I'll have to try that again. I don't have anything. Oh wait, profiles, damn it. So, if you don't remember much, what can you tell me?
Well, the whole thing with MN6 is rather a blur, you see. I could scrounge up some data on it, but you'd be much better off asking somebody else.
I don't think so. Why do I feel like you're not telling me everything you know? Right around here was where it worked.
Gotcha! Take that!
He's a dead man, and you're a coroner. He would have had to pass through this morgue one way or another.
Egad! So you believe that I?
You were the one who autopsied him.
Well, yes, it's true. Certainly, I did. I don't believe I'm strictly supposed to be speaking about that. It's a rather sketchy tale for the police department, you see.
If the chief prosecutor says it's okay, I see no problem with it.
Well, maybe you have a point. The cat's out of the bag, then. Yes, I did write up Luciano's autopsy. So, what would you have me tell you about him?
Did you notice anything strange when he did his autopsy?
Strange? Well, not particularly. The body itself was not what made MN6 such a suspicious case. Mendez was arrested on suspicion of Luciano's murder, correct? They did release him later once the evidence seems to suggest otherwise. None of that suggests anything out of the ordinary.
Well, you do say it was suspicious, so you think there was more?
If you know about the case, then I assume you also know of the, the controversy surrounding it, you see.
Controversy?
There was the Revalis involvement. They kept trying to derail the investigation. And it was precisely for that reason that I ended up getting the job to examine him. Of course, that wasn't until months after his death, and it no longer mattered. Will you be wanting a copy of that report? I can send an inquiry down to Criminal Affairs, and they could get you a copy in, maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
That long? What a bureaucratic nightmare. No, I don't think I'll need it.
Well, as you say, child.
Do you think the Revalis family was trying to cover for Mendez by holding up the police?
That seems to be the running theory. Mendez was found not guilty.
Do you think he really was?
Me? Oh, that's not for me to say. I only investigate dead specimens, you see, not the living ones. This is all in the police records. I'm not telling you anything you couldn't learn elsewhere. The whole case was simply littered with curiosities before and after it had finished.
Could you tell me more?
I could, yes. Let me see what I can remember.
I already know some about the trial, but right now, I think I'm more interested in what you said about what happened after it.
Well, there simply was an unusual amount of continued disturbance from the Revalis family. Even after it was all said and done, they kept on delaying any sort of investigation.
I'll bet they were still trying to cover up for Menderes.
Perhaps. There wouldn't seem to be much reason otherwise, would there? It was that and their sudden interest in that family of mediums. I'd say those two things are what people were particularly suspicious over.
The Fae Clan?
Well, yes. You weren't aware. I would have figured that you, being friends with Ms. Faye, would already know they'd threatened her.
Threatened?
I suppose not. I'm shocked she never told you.
Why would they want to hurt her?
You would have to ask her. You might also try speaking to the prosecutor who handled the case. Williamson, I believe his name was.
Been there, done that.
Ah, well, I see.
Speaking of Mr. Williamson, I wonder what Daddy's up to. There's a lot about MN6 that is sketchy, but I knew that. I really need to talk to Maya again once I get the chance. I'll make some notes on what he just told me.
Alright, now I should be able to do that thing. Wait, what? Are you sure you're going to be okay with this guy? He's a really nasty one.
I'll be fine.
Okay, well, I'll be just over here if you need me. Be careful around him. He shot a kid your age, you know? Got the poor guy right in the back. He's a real monster.
I know what he did. Do you?
These people can't seem to get enough of reminding me that I shot a teenager. Never mind the fact there are iron bars separating us and armed guards mere yards away. Who might you be? Well, I haven't got all day.
You're right. Visiting hours only last so long.
Touché. Well, what do you want?
My name is Trucy Wright.
Right. Ah, that right.
The same. I want you to tell me about MN6, Mr. Togamera.
Why should I help you?
Well, I can't come up with a good answer for that. I know you were part of a cover-up.
What if I was? MN6's ancient history. I'm on death row. You couldn't possibly threaten me. So I can threaten you.
You want to play it the hard way, you creep. We'll do it the hard way. Why would you think I want to threaten you?
Your father and I are enemies. You know this. He put me in here. I don't know why you'd expect me to cooperate with him.
Well, I got nothing.
If you had anything to say, say it. I have no interest in helping you.
Well, he's not wearing sunglasses now, so his eyes are probably the tell. Save now.
Gotcha!
Mouth. Where am I? Ah, crap. Okay, can't quick save on that.
Gotcha!
His mouth isn't moving the entire time. How is it not his mouth? Eyebrows, maybe?
Gotcha!
Oh wait, maybe his hands. Aha! Mr. Togamera, I've noticed you tugging on your sleeve there. Your hands are getting really tense when you talk about us threatening you. Why?
I'm not tense. I'm simply brooding.
Uh-huh. Sure you are. But I think you're right. Daddy and I couldn't make you this scared.
Scared?
Yep, the tone says it all. You're absolutely terrified, and this is who you're scared of.
Take that!
Well, does this do anything for you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
I guess not. Ah, right.
Take that!
You're already in prison. Neither the police or me can do anything more to you. But not everybody would see prison bars as being enough. You worked with the Revalis leader, Menderes. If you talked, I know he'd get really mad. And who knows what he'd do.
How much do you know?
Well, not a lot.
Then you know I have no motivation to help you.
Yeah, I guess. Shoot, I guess that scratches that.
He betrayed me, you know.
Menderes?
I helped save his hide, and he replayed me for framing me for murder.
But you are a murderer.
Yes, I am. Just shut up and listen, and maybe we can both benefit from this.
You work closely with Menderes. What do you know about him?
More than he would like, but less than I would. He took over after his uncle bit the dust. I imagine it was something he always wanted.
Was that his goal? To become leader of the family?
He was Michael's closest living relative, especially after Sir Galante. Of course it would be him who took up the mantle, which doesn't make sense.
Huh? Why not?
Menderes should have wanted this, and yet he seems to want to hide it.
You mean hide that he's the new leader? Wouldn't it make him safer from the police?
The police always knew Michael was the Don, and it never affected him. But Menderes is being all covert, even with his own enforcers. We know it's him, so why bother?
Covert? Like a spy?
We know he's the Don. He never denies it in person. But he'll contact you over phone or online and insist that business stays that way. That was why he wanted to use Ace Fan Club. He was the user Ursa Major 777. The same one that ended up leading to my arrest.
Couldn't the police trace the messages?
He's smarter than that. He was probably using someone else's phone or computer. In fact, I know he was.
And what about Corain? He tried to get my friend killed.
I have no idea what went on then. I was already in here. My connections to the outside are rather limited at this moment, as you can see.
I think you tried to kill her over something with MN9. MN6.
Do you? Well, it's a possibility. He wanted us to keep closer tabs on the Fae clan after the trial. Perhaps you're right and the two are linked.
My dad proved you shot 2 people. You're a liar.
1. I shot 1 person. I never killed the Hackins boy, no matter what anybody else might say. Did I need it to happen? Yes, but it wasn't me who pulled the trigger.
Why should I believe you?
Didn't you come to me for answers? Child, I'm in prison on 2 counts of murder, probably for good. I will be here, whether or not I killed Hackins. This is maybe the one thing you can believe me on.
Well,
You're wondering who shot him? It was Menderes himself.
what?
We agreed that I would get him the recording device Webb kept in his home and he would kill Hackins. I gave Menderes my gun. He carried it out. And then I got blamed for it.
What was he doing in the police station?
I never saw him there. I left the pistol as a predetermined drop-off. He took it from there. I thought it was suspicious, but didn't question it until it was too late. The security footage from the station mysteriously disappeared, so we have no record.
Did you do that?
I covered for him twice, and this is what I get.
When you arrested him at Mr. Kashari's cafe, you forged the poison bottle. You did it to frame Mr. Kashari and let Menderes go. I know you did it.
Yes.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because it benefited me. The Mafia have good connections. They kept all of their promises. In just a few years, I went from being a mere police detective to working for the Federal Bureau.
And you kept on working for them up until they stabbed you in the back. You got what you deserved, Mr. Kugomera.
I didn't ask your opinion. I just hope you can use what I've told you to somehow see Mendorez get his just desserts. I never would have done this to him. I can't imagine why he would betray his own allies.
What? Do you have anything else to say?
No. Now get out of here.
Good thing I don't need your help anymore. I've learned enough. I'll make some notes.
Alright, can't go any lower. There's absolutely nothing in here other than your eyes that could possibly be a tell.
Gotcha!
Is there anything else?
Daddy's good at many things, but cleaning up after himself isn't one of them. Props left over for my latest magic show. That grammary. No comment. I don't always help arrest one of my favorite pop singers, but when I do, I make sure to get their autograph. That's Charlie. He's been around here, well, for longer than me. How old are you, Charlie? Wow, I knew trees could get old, but I don't think you're that old. Still pretty small. Small enough to fit in here, at least. Do you think you'll ever get much bigger? Probably don't have to move you outside. It just wouldn't be the same. Now I'm having a conversation with a tree. This is what happens when they make me go off on my own. Difficult-looking legal books. I say difficult-looking because I've only ever looked at the covers. Kind of like my history textbook in the school. Or maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. There's a newspaper article for a recent prison breakout. Infamous serial killer Virgil Black escapes custody. Awkward. She really did live an awful life, and she was such a nice person. I never knew her as well as the others, but I can feel what they're going through. Everything has to get better somehow. We'll fix it. We always do.
Nothing new. Alright, what is there? Maybe if I save here. I doubt it's her hair. Eyebrows, maybe?
Gotcha!
Dang it. Maybe I'm thinking of this the wrong way. Maybe immediately.
Gotcha!
You're crying. Me? No, it's nothing. Your eyes start to water when you say still. They still wanting to kill us. Daddy barely knew about the Rivales family until the whole thing with Sir Galante. And he didn't even do anything to them until he got Mr. Togomera arrested. Why would they have been angry at him before that? It wasn't before. They must have just been mad over Togomera. No, I don't think so. I've done some research, and they wouldn't be angry for that. What am I presenting?
Take that!
Menderes doesn't even like Mr. Togomera. He framed him for murder. But what? He's not the one who killed Toady. You might not have caught him if not for Menderes. But we had all that evidence. What about that? I don't know. But for some odd reason, I believe him. He said a lot of stuff. Do you know what else he told me? They've been spying on you ever since MN6. You knew that already, didn't you? Trucy, I wouldn't want them to hurt any of you. Oh, I know. But you still knew, and I was told by... Mr. Togomera told me. He did? What else did he tell you? He told me... He told me stuff. Well, I don't think that's really making your point. I guess not. Right, I guess I'll have to try that again. Mr. Parker told me. He did? What else did he tell you? He told me... He told me stuff. But I don't think that's really making your point. I guess not. Dr. Drazian told me. He said that they've threatened you. You have known for a while, but you haven't told anybody. I was scared. Yeah, I know. And I'm pretty sure I understand why. How could you know? Another one of our friends told me. Mr. Parker said it was definitely Pearl he drove away. She was there before MN6, you know, and he helped with her. That was Mr. Parker? If it means anything, I don't think he really knew what was going on. They didn't want her coming back. She might have screwed it all up. But they weren't going to kill her right away since they needed to use her as leverage. That's why you were worried, isn't it? Pearl was there right when a mob assassin got poisoned. They used her to make their case against an innocent guy. And then they used her to scare you. I didn't know who the letters were from. But they said I could never tell anyone or... There's nothing I can do for her anymore, is there? There might be still. But we're not going to do it by just talking. You're right, I know. I need to help you. That's why I came back. You'll take me, won't you? Even after I tried to keep that a secret? Seriously, Maya? Is that even a question? Of course we'll have you. What kind of threats did they make against Pearl? I only started getting the messages recently. I got some photos of her and a letter or two. Did they make any demands? They said that if I ever wanted to see her again, I would need to cooperate. Their instructions were very vague, but they made it clear Pearl should never return. Besides that, it was almost just a blank check. Maybe they were planning something else, something the Karain Master could control. I don't know. They told me not to warn anyone, or people would die. I couldn't live with myself if you or Nick or Pearlie got hurt because of me. I just had to keep it a secret. But the more I thought about it, the more I was certain they were the ones who took her. I knew the longer I let it go on, the more dangerous it would get. So I tried harder than ever to reach out to her. What about the letters? Wouldn't that be dangerous for her? It was risky, but I just had to save her. There wasn't anything else I could do. You could have told us. We're your friends. We would have helped you. I didn't want to drag you into it. It's my fault and I caused the mess. I thought that maybe if I kept you and Nick out of it, they'd leave you alone. Wasn't anybody else you could have talked to? There was Grandmother. And Ms. Porter. You mean your interview? I wanted to expose all those letters they sent me. I didn't know who was sending them, but maybe somebody out there could figure it out. But they found out. So those jerks tried to shoot you. And now Pearl's right where they want her. All because of me. We can still help her. They're trying to keep her quiet about MN6. I know it. I just know it. So if we get the guys who are behind it, I think we can keep her safe. Do you really? We're getting really close. We have to be. Do you still have those notes they sent you? If they wanted to kill you for releasing them, they might give away who wrote them. Yes, I know I kept at least one. I can find it and give it to you later. Trucy, do you forgive me? I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Don't worry a bit. I know you meant well. There's a happy ending buried somewhere in all this, and we're gonna find it. Daddy and I could really use your help. You can join us if you want. But I'll be there. I won't let you down again. I hope she can feel better soon. I'll write down what she's told me. I've talked to some people and I've learned a bunch, but I need to tie it all back to the forest somehow. I haven't talked to Mr. Hood or Jane. Daddy doesn't trust them and neither do I. I want to find out why they're always so shady. If they're hiding something, I need to find it. Next stop, the cabin.
I think I'll cut it here.